So you always hear it's good to do your taxes early, right? But this tax season, you might want to wait. According to the IRS, those state relief checks you got last year could impact you. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez tells us how, joining us live from Atlanta with the details. Ivan.
Marissa, millions of taxpayers across the country received a special check last year from their state governments. Experts say whether that's going to be taxable or not remains to be seen. If you live in a state that issued some sort of rebate last year, experts say you should hold off on rushing to file your taxes. That's because the IRS is still scratching their heads over how to tax them. While the checks handed out by states likely won't be taxed at the state level, they may be subject to income tax at the federal level.
That the IRS is going state by state and looking at the details of these proposals or these, the details of these rebate checks and deciding whether they're taxable. And it's coming late in the process. That is the fundamental problem here.
At least 18 states issued a special payment of some kind in 2022. Jared Walczak from the Tax Foundation says they were for a variety of reasons.
Sometimes it's been about inflation. Sometimes it's just the money. In a couple of states, it's been targeted, maybe for, say, individuals with children.
But what should you do if you already filed and you received one of those checks?
The standard way to approach this is an amended return, but don't do it yet because you want to wait to know what the IRS tells you to do. You don't want to do this 3 times.
With the ever-changing tax code, Walczak says there's another thing to look out for this year.
Be aware of the way that this post-pandemic era has changed how you live and work. Generally speaking, states can tax you where you live and where you earn income. This is the downside, the trade-off with the flexibility a lot of people have with remote work or flexible work arrangements, that they may owe taxes to multiple states.
The IRS says it expects to provide additional clarity for states and also taxpayers as soon as this week. Marissa?
You know how much money people could be paying back in taxes?
It really depends on the state that you live in and the kind of rebate that you received. For example, when experts say in Illinois, for instance, if someone received a property tax rebate, in that state they were right around $300 or so. They were capped right around that amount. So the federal tax income that would be paid on that may not be that large.
At a time when lots of folks are already dipping into their savings. Thanks so much, Ivan Rodriguez, live in Atlanta.